Alrighty, another video. I've got Macy lying down right here. I'll show you. There she's right there. Keep me company. Now, today's video, sorry about that, all the banging around. I'm going to talk to you about the day that I was almost cancelled. And what I mean by that is my business. Now, I don't know if I should do this video or not, but I don't care. I'm just going to put my stuff out there. Whatever. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. By now, if this channel here, you should know that I just put up random crap and whatever. Anyway, so it was probably during the middle of COVID. I think it was like 21, 22, if that was the middle of COVID. To be honest, I really can't remember. But anyway, there was a community group on Facebook, and we all know how this shit goes. You know, it's what's the helicopter flying above, or look at how there's car park, crap like that on Facebook. Anyway, I digress back to my point. Somebody posted in this community group, I'm looking for a mobile car detail. That's what I do for my work. But I want one that's not racist. Pardon me, sorry, I just got home from work. And I've looked at that, I'm like, what the hell is that? Anyway, they spelt racist wrong. Actually, the whole post they did was full of so many punctuation and errors and stuff like that. It was more funny than anything, but they were actually serious. And anyway, my business got tagged a few times, and then this person wrote underneath my tag, you know, well, is he racist? Does he do a good job? Anyway, I just wrote back saying, look, to be honest, I'm not interested in this. This is more trouble than it's worth. And if you're going to have a go at people or businesses, at least, you know, run it through spell check first, an iMessage or something like that. And I thought at the time, I was like, you know, if you're going to put that stuff out there, be prepared to cop it back. Now, I learned right there, this is the middle of cancel culture. So I suppose, you know, Me Too or everybody was getting cancelled for crap, you know what I mean? Anyway, what happened was, and I kid you not, like when I did this, I was sitting in my front yard waiting for a mate to pick me up to go play golf on a boys' weekend for 2 nights. And I thought to myself, I just posted this, didn't think anything of it. So anyway, I wrote that back, and halfway up the boys' trip, I've kind of looked at my phone and it started blowing up. And I'm like, what is this? And this person then tagged my Instagram, and they run an Indigenous, they're Indigenous, and they run some sort of, I don't want to go into it, but they run like a very huge page, a huge page of 20,000 followers, which I thought they sell kind of like dolls and children's crap. I can't remember what it was. I'm not going into it, not tagging them, whatever, because I'm over and done with it. Anyway, I digress back again. So they tagged me, and I've clicked on and they basically tagged me at Instagram and put my app, you know, symbol, app, Blitzcard, whatever it is, like that on there. And I'm sitting in the car, and I've just said to my guys, like, oh shit, like, I'm gonna have to go quiet for a minute. I'm just gonna see what's going on here. And I honestly thought, oh my God, here we go. What am I gonna be labeled as? This just simply for writing back a comment saying, if you're gonna write that horrible stuff to people, at least get the spelling right, you know? Anyway, because at least you don't have any ammunition then to go back at them, you know what I mean? Or they to go back at you. Anyway, so I click on this profile, and they've got 20,000 followers. I'm like, oh my God. So anyway, I'm sitting on my phone. I've removed reviews on my page and stuff like that for fear of just, you know, as you know how the social media works, the reviews and shit like that. Anyway, so I give it about a half an hour. So one of my mates in the car says, why don't you click on their profile and just have a look at their followers? So I've clicked on it, and all these followers look like they were from like, you know, not being racist, like Sri Lanka, India, like Asia, Middle Eastern countries like that. And I thought, that's weird. Like, and anyway, they said, well, it's probably just a page that's got a lot of fake followers for their business to make it look legit. So I looked into it, and I was shitting bricks waiting for it, and nothing happened. And anyway, I've gone back onto the original Facebook page, and they've obviously blocked me. So I've actually asked a mate to look at it who lives in that Facebook community group that was around the area, and said, yeah, you're not the only one. There's a few other businesses they've gone at. The other businesses went back at them a lot harder for what they said. But anyway, 2 things from this. I never got cancelled, even though the fear of God was in me. But also, too, how they can weaponize that crap is beyond me. And I think I'm kind of proud of myself in one way for saying that back, but angry at myself in the other way, because it ruined my golf trip for 2 or 3 nights, I think it was, because it consumed me, because I was waiting for my, I suppose, your Harvey Weinstein moment, and not comparing that to him, but you know what I mean? Like, is this my time where I'm going down for crap? You know what I mean? Even though I didn't do anything, but my point is like, what's happening now? You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, no matter what they paint you as with a brush, you're guilty until you prove yourself innocent, if that makes sense. So anyway, that was the time I was almost cancelled, and I still can't believe that when I contacted their page and I said, can you please stop doing what it is, I actually then messaged Instagram official. I never heard anything back, and they were writing some horrible stuff in their stories about other pages, other businesses like mine. They refused to do their work. And I later found out that they were doing this to try to break the algorithm to get traction for like the hashtag middle-aged white man racist crap like that. I don't know what it was, but I was shocked. And so anyway, that's the time I was almost cancelled, I suppose. Maybe I was, well, I don't know. Maybe it was almost cancelled, maybe it was all rubbish, but the fear was there. And that's why I find it's amusing. No, it's not amusing, wrong word. It's dangerous, because social media and you're guilty until proven innocent. Back that expression's been around for a long time, right? But then on social media, I find you're double guilty until you prove yourself triple innocent. And so that's what it is. And I pretty much, it's probably still the same now. I think the difference is now with that is people are starting to ask a few questions before they get cancelled, before they go and cancel you. You know, and to use an example, this is not me saying I love Andrew Tate, but the only reason I found out about Andrew Tate was when they cancelled him. So I started watching some of his stuff. So how the cancellation works, so you could almost argue that, you know, are these people cancelling these people? Are they in cahoots with them so they get a bit of money for bringing them out? But yeah, that was the time I was almost cancelled. So comment below if that's ever happened to you. I'll be keen to know. But yeah, it's happened. And look who it is. She's a good dog. Stay there the whole time.